Hello, guys. Good evening. Welcome to our channel, Football Fantasy or Monday Night, and transfer talk, football reviews. जो weekend of fantastic games हुए थे, उसके बारे में हम बात करने वाले हैं. Of course, transfer is the main agenda. Just 3 days to go, and it's going to be more and more exciting, more and more gossips and news, rumors coming out. So we're going to talk all about that. But first of all, let me welcome my buddies, Prashant and Agrim. How are you guys?
What's up,
Doing
people?
absolutely fine. What about you, Divya?
ब्रिलियंट ब्रिलियंट एंड यार बहुत ही मजा आ रहा है 2 दिन बाकी है सब रूमर्स लिंक्स जो हो रहे हैं अच्छा लग रहा है ट्रांसफर विंडो इज अबाउट टू गेट क्लोज एंड द अमाउंट ऑफ
Yep.
साइनिंग एंड स्पेंडिंग जो है विंडो में आई थिंक दैट विल क्रॉस द रिकॉर्ड बट लेट्स वेट एंड वॉच
Yep.
बट यस लॉट्स टू टॉक अबाउट टुडे
Yep.
Prashant, buddy, you were not there in yesterday's show. We watched that Barcelona and Madrid game. Fantastic match, Agrim bhai. And we
Yeah.
enjoyed the way watching Barca play that way. The style that they always want to play. Barca is known for. तो यार अच्छा एक्सपीरियंस था
Mm-hmm.
वो देखना. But yes, coming back to Monday and talking about the transfer. पहले तो यार तुमने हेडिंग तो देख ही लिया है वीडियो का. Victor Osimhen and Ronaldo swap. Before I come to you, Prashant, let me just speak something about that so that you know in detail about this. Now, apparently, Cristiano Ronaldo's agent Jorge Mendes has proposed a swap deal between Ronaldo and Victor Osimhen, wherein Ronaldo will go on loan to Napoli,
Exactly.
and then Osimhen will move in the opposite direction for 120 million euros. Okay, that is something that Jorge Mendes has proposed. And over and above this, Ronaldo's 85% salary will be covered by Manchester United. It's
Hmm.
either that or United get Osimhen on loan with an obligation to buy next year for around 100 million euros. So, Prashant, before I speak more about this, what do you think? Does it make sense?
Uh, yeah, it makes sense because we understand Ronaldo's desperation at this point. With 2 days to
Hmm.
go, and at his age, he would be. We all know that he is really keen to play Champions League, so it's a big year for him. Uh, Now, with regards to the swap, let's see where it goes because I can understand that it'll be a big deal, like it'll be a good deal for Napoli getting Ronaldo.
Hmm.
I mean, the PR that comes with it. But uh, how will the other striker, Osimhen, fare in the Premier League? And at the same point, because Ronaldo of late has been more of a as I've been, as people call him, right? Like a coach sacker, a coach sacking signing, right? Will that also happen at Napoli? Will he be able to, will the Napoli coach be able to adjust
Hmm.
his style according to him? That would also be something which would be worth watching. So it does make sense, but I doubt it will actually materialize into something.
Because the thing is that 120 million euros at this point, United are not going to waste. Are not going to spend
Yeah,
after spending 100 million on Antony. Doesn't make sense
right.
spending 100 million on a striker which apparently is not on their top list. I'm sure
Yeah.
Osimhen
Well,
must be on the list of the players that they have scouted. Fantastic player
Hmm.
and wonderful striker, but he
mhm,
might not be on the top target. I think they would want someone
yeah,
like Cody Gakpo or Memphis Depay as a backup, or maybe even the other guy I forgot his name, Barcelona guy, Aubameyang. So these are the
Osimhen.
players that they would want right now, and they would not want to bring another high profile signing. I know Victor Osimhen
Hmm.
is not like your big name, but again,
right,
130 million, 20 million euros is a huge amount, and I don't think the
yeah,
loan offer also is going to last. It's more of Jorge Mendes trying to offer different options so that Ronaldo can play in the Champions League and United can keep
Hmm.
his keep him for the next year. I think the
that's true.
primary idea, what I feel is, my opinion is, Ronaldo wants to go, and I think Eric Ten Hag was also okay with it. मुझे ये लग रहा है कि ये कहीं ना कहीं ग्लेजर फैमिली है जो
Hmm.
रोनाल्डो का ये ट्रांसफर रोक रही है, क्योंकि रोनाल्डो टू क्लब इज लाइक बहुत सारे पैसे लाता है, नॉट जस्ट इन टर्म्स
Yep.
ऑफ स्कोरिंग गोल्स बट इन टर्म्स ऑफ द अदर अपार्ट फ्रॉम फुटबॉल, जो उसका स्टेटस जो है, उसके जो एड्स
Yeah.
है, जो स्पॉन्सर्स है, उससे जो पैसे यूनाइटेड को आते हैं, दैट इज ब्रिलियंट, दैट इज ह्यूज अमाउंट.
Yeah,
I don't think Glazer
indeed.
family will want to lose that money after spending so much in
Exactly.
the transfer window. We've apparently
Yeah.
spent 225 million pounds this window. So I don't think,
Mm.
after spending so much, and they would want to lose more funds than, let Ronaldo go. So I think Ronaldo will end up staying. Jorge Mendes will keep on pushing to see if United can agree to a deal. But I don't think, this the offer that's been discussed about is going to materialize. अगले में क्या लगता है आपको, ये डेडलाइन डे पे होगा, रोनाल्डो के रह जाएगा यूनाइटेड?
48 hours. मेरे को तो I don't see like Ronaldo. I mean, is this like credible news? मतलब is it coming from Romano or like क्या?
नो नो,
What is it exactly?
इट्स अ क्रेडिबल न्यूज. इट्स क्रेडिबल
अभी
न्यूज. इट्स
credible news.
डिमार्जियो, डिमार्जियो इटली का.
दिमाग से बोला. अच्छा तो
हाँ,
वो
अच्छा 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 रिपोर्टर है. हम्म.
Ronaldo going to Napoli doesn't make sense. I mean, unless this Champions League में है, but doesn't have like a very strong what do you call team what Napoli has built because they don't have Dries Mertens or like what's his name Lorenzo
हम्म.
Insigne. Or they don't even have Fabian Ruiz also. What is the point of going to
करेक्ट.
Napoli? That's what my
हम्म.
question is. But again, if he just wants to just play in a Champions League team, then I think it's his, uh, like wish that he can go and make his record even more.
If I may add to that, like something that just clicked in my head is that Napoli, because of the maybe one angle to it would be that Napoli has this Maradona connection. If he
Yep.
actually goes to Napoli, I mean, this is just it's just
Mm.
a situation which came into my mind that if he does go there and kind of lead Napoli to Champions League success, he would be compared. He would be someone who can be compared directly with Maradona, and that would be such a romantic thing, on script.
Mm. Mm.
I don't think it's going to happen. I mean, it is obviously just a romantic thing, but then
Yeah.
that is something he would have thought of. I believe that
But yeah.
you know, uh, firstly, Napoli is in the Champions League. They are a decent
Yep.
side in the Serie A. Unlike United, they are not a very unstable club. And
Mm.
st- and if he is getting the service, if Napoli can mold their side according to his liking, they may as well just have some success there. So that's one angle to it. But at the same point, as Divya mentioned, that 85% of his loan, I mean of his salary, would still have to be covered by United. I don't think United will fancy that. To be honest, if a club were willing to pay his entire wages, United
Mm.
would have been happy to let him go because his wages
Yeah.
are like massive. So that amount is gonna be taken off the wage bill if that was to happen. But I don't think that is
Yeah.
happening either. So it, as I mentioned again, I don't think it will materialize into anything.
Yeah, yeah, you're absolutely correct. And there are so many things happening in the window. And at the same time, you look at the news of Frankie De Jong and Memphis Depay were traveling to England. Apparently,
Yes.
in the beginning, people thought that it was maybe related to transfer. Then news came out that it was on due to they were supposed to attend Donny Van de Beek's wedding, but that's not again true. That's again not the correct news. From what I'm hearing is they're going to London on a holiday.
Holiday.
And it's nothing related to transfer. तो ट्रांसफर एक्टिविटी
Mm.
बिल्कुल भी नहीं है. बट यार मुझे
Mm.
एक बात पूछना है भाई. अगर तुम बार्सिलोना में रह रहे हो, अगर तुम छुट्टी के लिए जा रहे
Exactly.
हो 2 दिन के लिए, तुम लंदन क्यों
Yeah.
जाओगे यार? आई मीन यू आर
London
गोइंग विद योर
is
पार्टनर. बोथ दोनों
yeah.
प्लेयर अपने पार्टनर से जा रहे हैं एंड बोथ द
Mm.
प्लेयर्स आर ट्रांसफर लिंक. तो यार
Yeah.
इतना बड़ा यूरोप है, इन 2 दिन के लिए तुम कहीं पे भी जा
Mm.
सकते हो अराउंड बार्सिलोना. सो
Yeah.
मेनी प्लेसेस टू गो. तुम्हें लंदन ही जाना है. एंड डजंट
Mm.
इट लुक fishy to you, अग्रिम भाई?
नहीं मेरे को तो फिशी नहीं लग रहा है यार मतलब यार मतलब अभी फुटबॉल फुटबॉल प्लेयर्स की अपना अभी लाइफ भी एंजॉय नहीं करेंगे कि इस चक्कर में लाइक इफ दे आर जस्ट लाइक गोइंग टू पेरिस तो मतलब अभी क्या विल दे बी लाइक लिंक टू पेरिस सेंट जर्मन
PSG.
और
They will
या
mostly.
या या फिर बोर्डो जाएंगे तो बोर्डो के सब लिंक हो जाएंगे, मोनाको जाएंगे तो मोनाको में लिंक हो जाएंगे, बट ये 48 hours बचा है ना, so I don't think it's going to make sense for I think any club to
Hmm.
just
Hmm.
place a last minute bet on a player like Frankie De Jong or probably Memphis Depay. But United के links are
Hmm.
like a bit strong, but I don't see like if Memphis is willing to come back to Old Trafford.
Yeah,
Correct, correct. Yeah, yeah, you're right. I think Memphis Depay, out of the two, Depay is likely to get a transfer. I
Hmm.
don't think De Jong at this stage, पूरे विंडो में सॉल्व नहीं हुआ उसका मैटर, उसका जो इशू जैसे वेजेस का,
Yeah,
and I still, people are telling that he's going to take a salary cut couple of days पहले, but that's again not true.
that is also
His
not true.
stance is still the same. Yeah, he is
Yeah,
not going to take a salary cut. He stays with them on the same salary. At the same time, Barca owe him around 17 million euros. So I'm not sure
hmm.
how the two of them, Barca and Frankie de Jong, will come to a, uh,
Yeah, conclusion.
you know, बीच का negotiation में आ जाएंगे यार. They will agree to
Yeah,
part ways or come to a salary cut. So again, that will take a lot of time. I don't think it's going to happen this window. Maybe next
hmm.
January or maybe next summer. But I think for now, Frankie De Jong will end up being a Barcelona player. But yes,
Yeah,
Memphis Depay and Aubameyang are the two players who are strongly linked to a move away from Barcelona.
yeah,
So it can be to Chelsea, it can be United, can be another club as well. But yeah, two players who are linked to other clubs, and if these Barca are able to offload these two players, then they might think of signing Bernardo Silva, who also wants to come to Barca. तो ये ऐसा नहीं
yeah,
है कि बारसा को सिर्फ जावी को चाहिए बर्नार्डो सिल्वा. I'm hearing that he also wants to go to Barcelona. He likes Barcelona. Pep also
yeah,
confirmed that. So that's one good thing. तो negotiation में ज्यादा ये नहीं होगा. Only thing is Barcelona have to mm, get funds and the same time salary थोड़ा कम करना है. क्या लगता है अग्रिम
yeah.
भाई? होगा ये बर्नार्डो वाला?
It's total. I think not like in this window possibly. I think like possibly maybe like in the next season का transfer में हो सकता है, because I think it's already on a free transfer, Bernardo.
आई डोंट थिंक, नहीं उसका 3 साल है
no,
कॉन्ट्रैक्ट आई थिंक.
हाँ, दो या
I
तीन
think
साल
this is
बाकी है.
his last. I think this is his last season
नहीं
with
नहीं नहीं
Man
नहीं नहीं,
City.
ना
नहीं,
ना ना ना
Not
है
yet.
उसका. अगर भाई
I
अगर
think
लास्ट
he,
सीजन होता ना, अगर लास्ट सीजन होता तो 80 मिलियन मांगते नहीं वो लोग. मैन सिटी हम
हाँ,
डिमांडिंग 80 मिलियन.
exactly.
No,
हाँ,
but
exactly.
last pay तो you can charge any amount if you want.
नहीं, last
नहीं
season
नहीं
में
नहीं,
Unless
आई
impact
थिंक.
unless नहीं,
they will
unless
be
it
in a
was
weaker
like 2 3
position, right?
seasons.
They
No,
are
no,
in a
unless it
weaker
was like
position. Right.
no, it's not about that. If it was like 2 3 seasons का contract बचा रहता, it would have easily
एक्सक्यूज मी.
gone up to like 150 170 million आराम से for a quality of Bernardo Silva's caliber. वही मैं बोल रहा हूँ.
हम्म.
If it's 80 million, so I think it's possibly 1.5 year left on his contract to be
नहीं नहीं भाई, ज्यादा है. आई थिंक
Then
ज्यादा
I
है.
think
तो
he got a contract extension only
the
recently, if I'm
extension
not
no
एक्सटेंशन या
wrong.
ऐसा कुछ मिला है, हाँ.
could be
हाँ,
could be
exactly.
but 80 million आप मांग रहे हैं तो मतलब 1.5 season कुछ बाकी रहेगा मेरे हिसाब से तो
I
on his
think four
contract.
seasons तो होता ही नहीं. 1.5 नहीं है, because the Bernardo did not come in January, right? So he came in the June transfer
एक
window,
एक
so
मिनट चेक
दो
ही कर
साल
लेता
होगा.
ना उस समय. Let me just check his contract. No? Bernardo Silva's contract. Bernardo Silva.
So
I think.
Divya, what about Depay? Do you think United should sign Depay by any chance?
See, one thing for sure, we are lacking options up front. You know, there's no two ways about it. So options to up front बहुत कम यूनाइट के पास. And looking at the weekend game, I don't think Rashford is still up to it. He's more of a player who can play on the left hand side. Up front थोड़ा issues
Yeah.
है. If Ronaldo gets, so it's
Uh,
going to be a huge problem for United. With
mm,
Martial's injury again coming up repeatedly, different kinds of injury. So very risky to not to go into this season without another striker. And from what it
yeah.
looks, he's the only one who is a possibility right now. Because if you look at the other strikers, I think who's Aubameyang, who's most likely to end up at Chelsea, because he prefers
Mm,
going to Chelsea and playing in Champions League, also playing with his ex-manager Thomas Tuchel. So that looks more of
yeah.
Yeah.
a possibility going
He
to
will
Chelsea
also
than
stay in
United.
Milan. Mm,
Correct, correct. And now I'm pretty I'm pretty upset or taken aback. United have cooled off the interest from the PSV attacker Cody Gakpo, who can play on the left hand side, who can play up front as the number nine, false number nine. So I thought that would have been a very decent move. But again, PSV want around 38 to 40 million euros. So might be the price, is something that they have been taken aback. But coming back to your question, I think Depay is Depay the better option. I One thing I would like to say: beggars can't be choosers. At this stage in point in time in the window where you need an attacker,
Yes.
Depay is going to be a good backup signing, and
Yes.
something is definitely better than nothing. So you have option up front, and you look at Depay last season in Barca, he's not been poor, he's not been bad.
Mm.
He's been pretty decent compared to the other
They'll be
attackers
okay. Yeah.
like
Yeah.
Brathwaite and the De Jong guy. He was a lot better than these two, and he can play across the front three. He can play the striker, he can
Yep.
play as a wide player, so he brings in that versatility. Yes, his first spell was not all that great United, but over the years he has matured, and maybe not the first option that I would go with, but at this point, it's the only possible signing. It's the only signing that ऐसा लग रहा है कि हो सकता है, and we need a
Mm.
backup player. So yes, right now I would be, I would go for him.
Yeah, so there is one, there is one stat which backs what you said, that United in recent seasons they have had, they have had like a habit of signing players who are on a free, right? Depay would be basically a free signing, right? So if they sign him, I mean, it will be continuing that streak, right? The one which they have, where they had Zlatan, then Igalo, Cavani, now it will be the five. So on that, if you consider that, then United may as well like go for him. And who knows, under Ten Hag, he might actually do better. There is that hope, of course. Uh, there is also the fact that his first stint wasn't that great, but again, after leaving United, like most players, he also has become actually better. He has scored more consistently. So let's see if he can do it at United at the second shot. Why not?
Hmm. Yeah, I mean, you bring some very important points into it, and like I as well said that at this point in time, there's no other option left. So we need a backup player, and he can give us that edge and dynamic to our attack, bring the dynamic to the attack, and can prove
But
out to
will
be
he
a
be a
player who can at
backup
least
player
score 10,
here?
15 goals.
Yeah, but will he be a
I
backup player
mean,
if he because
if you look
like
at, hmm,
striking options. Uh, okay, so the way what United are using right now, correct? We have Langa, Rashford, Martial, and Sancho, and Ronaldo. Considering that Ronaldo leaves, okay, or stays, that is like regardless of that, the five coming in would be like a sixth option. But then again,
hmm,
if we see like proper number nines who have worked, right, and as of now because Martial is injured, it will be Depay, it will be Ronaldo. Ronaldo does not suit Eric Ten Hag's style. It's very clear. So it will be Depay that he
hmm,
would go with. And he would eventually end up becoming like he would not be a backup signing, he would be a first team player because United does not
hmm.
have too many first team players anyway. Like the current squad is filled with backup squad players. So, yeah, that's my opinion. I think if he does, if we do sign him, he will not be a team player like you are talking about. Divya.
Hmm. See, what I'm trying to say here is, no, I'm not saying a complete backup player. But you look at the amount of games United are going to play. The Premier League, the Carabao Cup, the FA Cup, then the Europa League. So across the front, United don't have that depth. So he may not be a
Oh
backup
yeah.
player,
By the way,
but
we are forgetting Antony.
correct,
Sorry, we are both forgetting
Antony,
Antony.
exactly. So right now, if you look at the attacking options, it's Rashford, Sancho, Ronaldo, Martial, and Antony. And if you
Yeah.
remove Ronaldo from that, and you get in Depay, so yes, he can make a difference. He can play certain amount of games, maybe not all the 38 games, but he may be able to take part in a lot of games. He may be given upper hand over Anthony Alanga, who I think is still immature. By when I say I mean immature, is not that he's not a good player. Fantastic player. Out of all the attackers that we have, he's the one who puts in the most amount of effort on the pitch. Literally see the effort that he puts, and he's been promoted. Over promoted. I think he would have could have had a very good loan if we would have sent him on loan, and he could have had good first team experience with a bottom team like a Nottingham Forest or a Bournemouth. But then again, we chose to keep him because we don't have options, and that's why he's struggling at times. But he's a fantastic player. So what I'm saying is he will be playing ahead of Alanga, and in the beginning also ahead of Antony because no offense, players coming from Eredivisie, especially a young player who's 22 years of age, may not directly go into the first team. So Antony will take time to adapt to the Premier League. The first season may not be as fantastic, or he will not hit the ground running in the beginning. So it will take time, but then again, Mm, so we need Depay at least for a year or two, wherein he can start at least 25 games or make an effect coming from the bench. So I'm saying, not saying backup hoga, but then yes, he will play a lot of games like Edinson Cavani did. Even though he had
Uh,
Ronaldo presence was there,
yeah,
he played a lot of important games. So that's what my point is.
yeah, possible. And uh, hope, I mean, we are just one thing I wanted to recollect. What happened about James Garner? Any update on him? Because we are looking to sell him, but apparently there are no buyers for him.
There are bias for him, and I think Nottingham Forest. I think who was Southampton was a couple of teams. Everton was one of the team. So I think
Yeah.
deadline day pe hoga. It will happen
Mm,
on the deadline day. But I think that is one signing that because if you go back and check Ten Hag's interview, after the game against we won the weekend game जो जीते हम लोग साउथहैम्पटन के सामने उसके बाद वो कहा we have a lot of options in the midfield now. There are a lot of Casemiro, we have Fred, we have McTominay, we have Eriksen, we have Donny van de Beek, we have Fernandes. He never ever said Garner's name for once. So which means that maybe not today, but at least before the end of the window, Garner will leave either on loan or they will sell him. That's the only option I see that's going to happen. But yes, let's wait for it. And you raised a very correct point that that's one player that is looking to push himself out of the window because he wants to play games at this age. Coming
yeah.
back to United, so I wanted to do a lot of stuff with this video, but of course, it's Antony going to be official very soon. We all know he's a United player. Here we go. Medicals are scheduled today. Quick thoughts on Antony Prashant. Do you think it's a 100 million player? अब मुझे तो ये पूछना भी नहीं तुझे कि वर्थ है कि नहीं, मुझे पता है तेरा आंसर क्या होगा. बट क्या लगता है तेरे को? Will it be a successful signing or will it be another Grealish?
Not Grealish, but a Brazilian winger. Uh, okay, yeah, whatever the price tag, but a Brazilian player who has done well in the Dutch league. At least he would be better. He would not be like Fred, hopefully, but he will bring that Brazilian flair with him. He has that pace. He has those skills apparently, and he has the experience of playing under Ten Hag. So the only thing that he would need to get used to is the weather of Manchester. Everyone has to get used to the weather of Manchester, but uh, with the with the things which he has been familiar with, specifically the Ten Hag style, the experience he has already, by playing in the Champions League, by the way. So he should settle in pretty quickly, and he has company, by the way, at United. But he's not the only Brazilian. Pastor Fred will give him sermons every Sunday. He now has Casemiro,
Casemiro.
yeah, another Brazilian.
Yeah.
So he won't be homesick either. So I'll hope that this signing works out for us. Yeah.
Hmm. Now, quickly coming back to agreeing by on United players, two players that are looking to leave Barcelona, we spoke about them. आपको क्या लगता है दोनों में से कौन जाएगा ज्यादा पॉसिबिलिटी है ओबामेयांग डेपे या फिर दोनों
आई थिंक मुझे लगता है ओबामा ही निकलेगा आफ्टर व्हाट हैज हैपेंड टू हिम टुडे, लाइक you
Yeah, yeah.
you must have right.
Very sad,
Yeah,
It's very
and
sad
I
for
very
we
both
wish
parties of
unfortunate.
the
his
story.
family
Yeah,
well.
yeah, yeah. But
But
anyway,
very
Yeah.
like
sad
I
thing to
think,
happen. And it's the
hmm,
second thing,
yeah, it's
second
gonna
player है
happen.
11 के साथ भी हुआ था, I think
Yeah,
शायद तेरा
yeah,
थोड़े weeks
Ah,
पहले.
yeah.
exactly.
Hmm.
Yes.
But anyway, like just coming back to the point, I think Lewandowski has already secured his place after those two games. मेरे हिसाब से though, I don't see Aubameyang making any sort of difference. I feel Depay might get a chance because of his age and possibly he has fresh legs also to himself. So I think he'll do much better when it comes to giving some game time. I think Aubameyang deserves more game time. Not, I don't think Barcelona is the club for him right now. Maybe United or maybe Chelsea. Could be any one of them.
यार
Okay.
मुझे तो
But
चेल्सी लग
United
रहा
is like
है
desperately
हो जाएगा.
United is
Hmm.
desperate for a striker. That's
Yeah,
all
they
they
are
are.
absolutely. And
Yep.
I have a feeling that Jorge Mendes will do something towards the end of the window. कुछ ना कुछ तो जरूर
Hmm.
करेगा शायद से, and maybe Ronaldo will move out. I'm hoping it is otherwise. He doesn't move. One of my favorite
Hmm.
players, and I would want him to
Yeah.
play United. But then again, if he doesn't want to be here, there's no point keeping a
He
player
has
who's
no
upset
choice. Yeah.
and having that kind. It creates a negative impact in the dressing room. So
Negative
I think
impact.
Ten Hag
Yeah.
is aware of that.
Yep.
So yeah, important. By the way, Martin Dubravka is going to be United player. It's here we go from Fabrice Romano. Full agreement reached on loan deal with a buy option of 5 million, not mandatory. It's agreed with Newcastle and players side. Martin Dubravka, backup goalkeeper to David De
Yep.
Gea, a goalkeeper that who can pass the ball from the back. Is good with his ball at the feet. One of his brilliant attributes, and that's exactly the reason why Ten Hag has got him. But then again, backup goalkeeper है, so I don't think ज़्यादा game start करेगा. But ठीक है,
Hmm.
I not don't want to talk much about this signing because ये matter नहीं करता इतना. I want an out. What matters right now is an outfield player. तो ये तो मैंने न्यूज़ था इसे बता दिया. Okay, so also another one, Hannibal Mejri is joined Birmingham City on loan from Manchester United. So Hannibal Mejri, United का जो kid है, he's joined Birmingham City. Now a very important
Hmm.
transfer I want to talk about, Lucas Paqueta. Medical completed, contract finalized, all being formal
Yep.
announcement to be done very soon. West Ham's
Yep.
eighth signing, taking the summer spent past 170 million pounds, not euros, pounds. Yeah, West Ham are ambitious.
Hmm.
Prashant,
How
क्या
how
बोलते
much
हो
Yeah.
did they
Lucas Paqueta?
how much
हाँ?
कितना पे किया उसको? How much did they pay to Olympic Lyon?
I think it was around 35, 40. एक मिनट रुक जा, देख लेता हूँ.
So
Lucas
yeah. So imagine.
Paqueta.
Uh,
हाँ बोल बोल.
United have spent like more than 200 million. Obviously their PR mission is like we have spent more than 200 million. We are one of the top spenders of the window. Look at compare West Ham. They have spent less than 200 million, but they have made eight signings, right? So efficiency,
Hmm.
correct? Tell that to the Glazers. But anyway, I think it's good for West Ham. This means that this is basically a sign that finishing in top six also is going to be very difficult. But I am a little curious to see how David Moyes is going to integrate all of these eight signings into his squad. Eight players, and they are new players. They would be more comparatively hungry for game time, right? They won't
Hmm.
just come in and expect themselves to be bench players. So
Hmm.
once they do come in, how is Moyes going to manage them? We can understand Nottingham Forest, like a team like Nottingham Forest, they are signing 10 players and 15 players because they are a new side and they have the ambition to stay in the Premier League. West Ham are already an established side in the Premier League and they are pushing for that top four. But eight signings, how is that? I mean, how are they just going to manage it? That's the only question. I think Moyes has shown that he is a good manager, but this will be one tricky thing for him to manage, according to
Hmm.
me. But yeah, another
So
exciting
I don't think
talent.
it should. Hmm.
Sorry, continue.
No, no, continue, continue. Another excellent, Alan.
Yeah, so West Ham have made some great signings, right? It's Lucas Paqueta right now. Before this, we had Camacha, who is also a very apparently a lethal striker. So they are going to be a force to reckon with this season. Either way,
Yeah, I mean, you look at them, they are you can't say they are world class, all these players, but they're decent signings. They can take West Ham to the next level. They're already fighting for the Europa League spot. They now need to go to the next level. And that's exactly the type of
right?
players David Moyes has brought in. Paqueta will make an instant impact. Look at the combination in the
Mm.
midfield, along with Declan Rice. He will play in that midfield. Declan Rice's defensive duties will allow Paqueta to charge in forward. He will have more freedom in the midfield to create more and more
Mm.
chances. And as you rightly said, they made some brilliant signings, and the total deal is 60 million euros, and it's including add-ons. So there'll be certain add-ons and bonuses to it. But it's a 5-year contract that they've given to Lucas Paqueta, and I think West Ham will be really happy with the business that they've done. Graham bhai, what do you think? Paqueta, have you seen him play for AC Milan, and how the kind of player he is?
मैं थोड़ा I was following League One ना बीच में like ये PSG के matches I saw
Hmm.
Lucas Paqueta. He's a
Hmm.
very good like holding holding plus and a very good attacking midfielder. And I think मेरे हिसाब से I think West
Hmm.
Ham के बदले they would have gone to Newcastle. That would have made sense because that combination of Bruno and this guy, what's his name, Lucas Paqueta for Brazil is absolutely
Hmm.
amazing. If you have seen them play for Brazil, that would have made sense. But anyway, like West Ham has like gotten that man. How old is he? Lucas Paqueta, 24, 25.
I think 27, 28. He's showing around
Ah,
27, 28 years of age. And
hmm.
what I was going to say is 60 million euros है पूरा fee. Tottenham were
Hmm.
looking to hijack at the last moment the deal, but
अच्छा.
West Ham got this done over the line, and he's officially a
Hmm.
West Ham player. So
Hmm.
fantastic
Hmm.
signing by West Ham, and overall a very good window by West Ham. The player that they've signed is
Yeah.
brilliant. Moving on to Agrim Bhai's club, Barcelona,
Hmm.
and the dream of signing Bernardo Silva. You know, हमने थोड़े पहले बात की थी।
Hmm.
इससे पहले हम नए
Yeah.
टॉपिक पे मूव करें तो क्विकली बात पूछ लेता हूँ प्रशांत से। अगर मैं तो उन्होंने बता दिया अपना ओपिनियन। प्रशांत, क्या लगता है बर्नार्डो सिल्वा जाने देगी मैन सिटी? इवन इफ दे एंड अप पेइंग 85 million euros, remember, Man City need a backup. If they are going to let Silva go, they're going to have they would need a backup of the same quality. Bernardo Silva is one of the best players, सुपर प्लेयर। तो वैसा प्लेयर लाना 2 दिन में पॉसिबल तो है। तुझे लगता है इसमें कुछ हल्का सा भी चांस है बादशाह को?
अ, ये हो तो जाएगा। देखो, बारसा एक ऐसा टीम है कि भाई अगर कोई प्लेयर पे मतलब वो पूछ जाता है ना कि भाई मुझे बारसा जाना है, वो चले जाएगा।
Hmm.
कभी
That's
ना
true.
कभी तो चले जाएगा। तो वो बात वो चीज उतना पुल तो है उन लोग का। द थिंग इज
Hmm.
कि वो मुझे नहीं लगता कि ये लाइक अभी ये वाले विंडो में होगा। 2 दिन बाकी है। सिटी
Hmm.
बेवकूफ है नहीं। दे आर वेरी
Hmm.
स्मार्ट, राइट? So
Yeah.
they will not let him go just like that at this stage of the window. They will keep him. Maybe January or next season ये हो जाएगा।
Possibly.
ठीक है, so he will be a Barcelona player. That is like very likely. And as I said, uh, in once Bernardo does move there, वहाँ पे he will settle in quickly. Xavi के system में he is perfect.
Yeah.
So it will happen, but just not in this window. I don't think in the next 2 days we will be seeing him
Hmm.
holding a Barcelona jersey.
Yeah, I
What do
mean,
you
makes a lot of sense. Yeah, I feel the same way. I think it's too late for Barca to get in. They want the
Yeah.
player wants to go there, but I think City has to get a player of that quality, of magnitude, or
Hmm.
a player who will in the future become a player of that quality. Maybe not now. They
Yep.
bring in a young player, but then again,
Yeah.
it's very difficult to do that kind of a deal at this point in time in window. So it's too late.
Uh,
If they have approached that player, earlier in the window, might have
yeah.
worked. Paqueta was one player that they were looking to sign as a backup if they let Bernardo Silva go. They never wanted
Hmm.
to sign Frankie De Jong. Frankie De Jong में कभी भी interested नहीं थे वो लोग, or not a Guardiola type of player. So yeah, I mean, very difficult that this deal could be can be done. One player that I think will move is Marco Asensio, Real Madrid attacker, who is looking for a club. And mm, Ancelotti has said that they look he's considering offers, and if he doesn't get a transfer beyond 1st September, he will still be a Madrid player. They will give him chance. But I think this will just turn out to be a player that goes to Arsenal. मुझे लगता है आर्सेनल एक चांस जरूर कर मारेगी. क्या बोलते हैं अग्रिम भाई? ये
Hmm.
अर्जेंटीना टू आर्सेनल और एनी अदर क्लब पॉसिबल है क्या इस स्टेज पे? 30 million euros चाहिए मैड्रिड को.
वे देखते हैं यूनाइटेड भी तो लाइक वाज लिंक्ड फॉर लाइक 15 और 20
United
मिलियन
was also linked, but
पाउंड
I
ना.
think
But
they are
यार
now
नहीं,
out of it.
out of it because now
हाँ
they need a
और
forward,
ओके
proper forward.
Uh,
या
ये तो
तो वो वही है.
attack midfielder who can play on the wings.
या
Hmm.
this guy was supposed to be by the way, if you guys remember, he was supposed to be replacing
I know.
Ronaldo and Bale. What has happened to him?
Yeah.
Yeah.
यहाँ से बहुत सारे प्लेयर्स
So
आए यार जो नेक्स्ट रोनाल्डो, नेक्स्ट मेसी, नेक्स्ट बेल,
uh,
नेक्स्ट
नहीं
नेमार सब
Zidane बोला था
बोलते
ना,
हैं तो
Zidane
uh,
made this comment. Zidane made this official comment ना, his left foot is as good as Messi and Arjen Robben. क्या हो गया?
हम्म, हम्म,
But anyway, like like उसका
वो तो हर
his
प्लेयर का
injuries.
होता है वैसे तो बहुत प्लेयर्स आते हैं आजकल ऐसे
हाँ हाँ,
लाइक
but I'm saying like उसका injury was the big. He got his ACL torn ना. उसके बाद he is not the same player what he
हम्म,
is now. Because ACL torn होने के बाद तो you cannot play the same way unless if you are Brazilian Ronaldo. तो बात अलग है.
yeah.
our friend
Prashant, your
Savio
friend
Fernandez is
is here.
saying, yes, my friend Savio Fernandez says Cristiano Ronaldo to FC Goa is done deal. Okay.
अच्छा
Porca
You
ठीक.
have
Goa,
to,
Porca Goa.
yeah, Forza Goa. Exactly. He will
Hmm.
be, Ronaldo will soon be visible on Paga Beach drinking London Pilsner.
Hmm. But what do you think? I don't see him
Yeah.
coming to the Premier League. You guys see him coming to the Premier League? That's why like is that has
Asensio.
much
Uh,
quality. Yeah.
I actually feel that maybe I just have a gut feeling when I'm like from what I've been reading, he will end up in the Serie A. Or something. I
Hmm.
don't really have any source confirming this,
Hmm,
but my feeling is that he would go to Serie A rather than the Premier League. First and foremost,
hmm,
I don't think Asensio is someone any Premier League club would consider. In Italy, if he gets there, if he reaches there, he might just fit
Hmm.
in with one of the clubs there. The style there will
Yeah.
suit him. It will give him
Yeah.
time to settle down into that new
Yeah.
place, new club, and everything. That will not happen
Yeah.
in the Premier. So I think apart from Man United, all Premier League clubs are too smart. Even Man United are
Yeah.
too smart to sign Asensio at this
Yep.
stage.
hmm. He's strongly linked to Arsenal, by the way. Arsenal are looking to sign attacker Pedro Neto, Wilfred
Yeah,
Zaha, Marco Asensio. These are the players that are strongly linked to Arsenal. They wanted Neto. It looked like it was going to happen, but then they were put off
Hmm.
by the fees Wolves want. They want over 50 million euros for Neto. I don't think Arsenal are ready to pay at this point in time. Same as with Wilfred Zaha, who is looking more and more likely to move towards Chelsea if they don't end up
Hmm.
signing Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang. So that one could materialize in the next few days. But yes, hoping to see if Zaha goes to Chelsea, then Arsenal would want to sign another attacker. I think Asensio would be the right fit for Arsenal. And but yes, I much or more agree to Prashant's point. He is a player who would fancy a move to Serie A and looks like a kind of player. And I think AC Milan would be the club if he goes to. Not sure whether it will happen this window. Maybe it's too late right now, but I think he's someone
Yeah.
who's looking to move away from Real Madrid to get more game time. So again, Newcastle is also another club linked to Asensio. They want to sign either Asensio or James Madison. I don't think Madison will move. Leicester will let him go now. But Newcastle need an attacker. They have been very,
Yeah.
they after signing the Swedish
Isaac.
guy, Isaac,
Isaac.
they want another attacker, player who can add to more attacking goals and others. So Asensio is linked to them, but I think Arsenal are right now currently sitting favorites to sign him. Talking about United, Asensio was linked to United. Romano just came out and said that Asensio was a backup if they couldn't sign Antony. So if United weren't able to
Hmm.
sign Antony, they would have gone for Asensio. So I think United now out of it. It's either going to be Depay or a striker that we don't know about. So that's going to be for United. But yes, moving on to final few topics that I want to discuss. Mm, I think Dubravka we spoke about, Antony we spoke about, and we spoke about Depay. I think Arsenal also we spoke about. Wilfred Zaha we spoke about. Yes, couple of things I want to speak about. Daniel James to Tottenham Hotspur. Looks like that could happen. Tottenham need another winger who can play on the wide. Daniel James and the Atletico Madrid attacker Yannick Carrasco are linked to Spurs. So these are two players who are strongly linked. Not sure either one of them would materialize. Carrasco may
Yeah.
happen because I think Atletico Madrid would want him to leave at this point. तो अग्रिम भाई आप ला लीगा एक्सपर्ट हो क्या लगता है क्रास्को जाएगा एटलेटिको मैड्रिड छोड़ के
आधे तो एथलेटिको के प्लेयर्स छोड़ के जा रहे हैं. फर्स्ट ट्रिपियर
हम्म
लेफ्ट, सेकंड फॉलोड बाय रेनान लॉडी टू दिस व्हाट्स
नॉटिंघम
दिस गाइस
फॉरेस्ट
नेम, नॉटिंघम फॉरेस्ट. तीसरा करास्को. करास्को मोस्ट लाइकली मेरे को तो लग रहा है वो वहीं जाएगा. इफ नॉट फॉर दिस वन पॉसिबली जनवरी विंडो में ही विल कम, मेरे को लग रहा है. सिमियोना को तो मतलब ही. एंड बाय द वे टॉटनहम में से दिस गाय हैज गॉन टू एथलेटिको, नो, सर्जियो रेगुइलो.
हम्म
He's gone to Atletico
रेगुलॉन
Madrid.
करेक्ट एटलेटिको मैड्रिड यस सर्ज रेगुलॉन इज
Yes.
गॉन टू एटलेटिको मैड्रिड
Yeah. So
अगेन
Simeone doesn't have like a proper signing
hmm
to himself. He's gonna struggle.
and they're struggling by the way they're
Yep.
struggling in La Liga.
Badly.
Yeah.
They haven't had a good start to the season, so
Yeah.
it's not been all green at Atletico Madrid. So again,
Yep.
mm, let's see how they if they are able to improve. But you know, I think कोई ज्यादा मेजर अपसेट तो दिखेगा नहीं अगर कोई प्लेयर साइन भी हो गए लास्ट 2 दिन में इज समवन दैट वी
Hmm.
ऑलरेडी नो अबाउट दैट दे आर लिंक्ड टू अ सर्टेन
Yeah.
क्लब एंड दैट हैपन तो लास्ट में कुछ एक्साइटिंग शॉकिंग डील तो मुझे लगने वाली है नहीं
No.
रोनाल्डो वाला भी आई थिंक होगा तो नेपोली को होगा वो भी मुझे बहुत डिफिकल्ट
Hmm.
लगता है अनलेस हिज
Hmm.
एजेंट मेंडेस पुल समथिंग आउट ऑफ द रैबिट तो ऐसा तो
Yeah.
मुझे कुछ ऑब्वियस लग रहा नहीं है जो भी हो गए डील्स वो ऑलरेडी लिंक्ड प्लेयर्स है एंड दे वांट टू मूव एंड तो वैसा ही होगा so I
Hmm.
think for now Antony is actually arrived at Carrington to complete his
Hmm.
medical so that's confirmed now he's at Carrington
No.
once the visa issues are sorted out he may not be ready for the Leicester game more likely to be appearing for the Arsenal game. So
Hmm.
that looks like is going
Ars-
to be
Ars-
his debut, maybe
yeah.
from the bench. क्या बोल रहे
आर्सेनल
हो
का भी
तुम्हें?
रिकॉर्ड तोड़ेगा ना अभी. आर्सेनल का भी लाइक गेम स्ट्रीक टूटेगा ना. 4 विन हो गया ना, तो डन.
Um,
आर्सेनल भी बैक टू लाइक स्क्वायर वन.
Edinson Cavani is gone to
Time for
Valencia.
Valencia. Yeah.
Valencia.
Yeah.
Very
अच्छा
smart
प्लेयर है.
signing.
Yep.
Not not a smart signing by Valencia, but by Cavani to join the Valencia. Like uh, I was just I and Agree were just talking like online in one of our chats
Hmm.
that uh, if you look at Cavani, right, he was with United earlier. Uh,
Yep.
you know, messed up ownership. That they were desperately looking for a striker to sign a marquee signing. Similar, Valencia are more or less the same. Uh, so yeah, and I'm pretty sure the owners have had some kind of a contact between them in the past anyway. But for Cavani as a player at his age, such a good place to go. He's gonna go there. He'll be injured half the time. When he does play, he's a good pro. So if he does play fit, he will play awesome. He'll play superbly. But at Valencia, he'll get paid very well. End of the line,
Yeah.
end of the story. That's all. So okay, Savio says Antony undergoing medicals currently. Yeah, exactly. So he should be a United player by midweek, tomorrow or day after.
We need to swap Fred with Ruben Neves. अरे नहीं होगा भाई. Bulls
नहीं
want
होगा.
crazy
We are
money.
not having any
Bulls
of
want
that.
crazy money for Ruben Neves. That's crazy money. And अभी वो कैप्टन बनाया उन्होंने. I don't think they will let him go at
And
this point in
for
time. Maybe
United,
next.
if they want crazy money for a player, when United wants that player, they want crazy year money because United है और ही पैसा भरेगा. So yeah, United have actually had a knack of not signing players when they are available for cheap. Sign the same player when he's available for more. Like Antony, Pogba, even Pogba. Yes. So yeah. Anyway, we can you can continue with the next topic, Divya.
So I think Hakim Ziyech to Ajax is something that is progressing very rapidly in these late hours. Ajax have let go of Antony. They will need a player who can replace Antony. Ziyech's available. I think it will either be a loan or with an option to buy, or maybe a deal for around 20-30 million because Ajax have a lot of money now. Chelsea, if the Ajax are looking to buy from
पैसा
Chelsea,
ही
Chelsea know
पैसा.
that. हाँ, तो चेल्सी को पता है कि आज आयक्स के पास 100 मिलियन है तो वो 30 मिलियन
हाँ
मांगेंगे 35 मिलियन मांगेंगे जियक
हाँ.
के लिए so let's see I think that will happen more likely to be a loan with an option to buy also another loan deal that is going ahead is Callum Hudson-Odoi to Bayer
Hmm.
Leverkusen on a loan 1 year loan Hudson-Odoi another
That
player
will
who
big
promised
cash
a
for him.
lot
Like Bayern Munich
I
wanted
think
him,
he wanted to go to
and
बायन जाते बायन जाने वाला था वो बट उसको रोक दिया 2 साल
uh,
पहले और वो बिल्कुल भी ये नहीं हुआ है ये मटेरियलाइज नहीं हुआ उसका
uh,
स्टे एट
realize नहीं हुआ.
चेल्सी अच्छा प्लेयर
Exactly. अच्छा player है भाई. Maybe Bayern
है
में you remember Chicharito उधर गया and he became prolific goal scorer there. Maybe Callum Hudson-Odoi का कुछ हो जाएगा. जर्मनी में जाके players का potential maximize हो जाता है, utilize हो जाता है. यहाँ पे नहीं होता.
बिफोर आई close it off one news I think now that it's important now that we signed Anthony Manchester United are believed to have made a late check on the available of Everton's Anthony Gordon before stepping up their pursuit for Anthony. So यार
Hmm.
now that Anthony deal has been done, तो कौन अवेलेबल था,
That's the point.
कौन नेट साइन कर सकता था, तो वो सब बाहर आएंगे अभी. And it's came from David Ornstein, so it's a very reliable one. So yeah, I mean पता नहीं यार इतना हम ओवर पे क्यों कर रहे हैं for a player
Yeah.
who's just scored 8 goals and 4 assists in Eredivisie. I'm not saying he's a bad player. अच्छा प्लेयर है बहुत ही ब्रिलियंट ड्रिबलर है और अच्छा कंट्रोल है कैन हैव अ वेरी गुड लेफ्ट फुट बट आई थिंक 100 million इज वेरी वेरी मच बहुत ज्यादा है
Hmm.
एंड आई डोंट थिंक दैट इट शुड वी शुड हैव पेड सो मच बट क्या कर सकते हैं हमको जैसे प्रशांत ने राइटली कहा जब चीप में अवेलेबल होता तो यूनाइटेड को लेना नहीं हमको ज्यादा पैसे ही देने हैं हमको पैसे ज्यादा दे के ही लेना है
हाँ,
तो
वही
ये यूनाइटेड का सैड स्टोरी है तो यार गाइस
महंगाई चाहिए
फ्रॉम
हमको.
महंगाई चाहिए भाई हम सस्ते वस्ते बिलीव
भाई
नहीं करते
महंगाई चाहिए.
तो सस्ता माल
वही.
नहीं चाहिए
Inflated है, बहुत
हाँ.
ज़्यादा ही inflated है.
so guys from my end this is all I want to speak about the transfer any update that you want to share that you've seen and I missed out on transfers Prashant Agrim
Mm,
Well,
not really.
the Dan James part, which you mentioned, I just wanted to put some light on that. The Dan James transfer to uh, Tot- it is the Dan James is a player Tottenham really like. Conte likes him from what I've heard. But it is again, the same answer. It is too late in the window for Leeds to let him go. So that is why it will not materialize. That is the update that I have.
yeah
Just
too
something
late
that
in the
you reached
window
out.
but एक मुझे डैन जेम्स के बारे में इट इज नॉट अ क्वालिटी साइनिंग यूनाइटेड का साइनिंग नहीं था बट आई थिंक ही वाज अ प्लेयर हु वर्कड रियली हार्ड if you remember playing for United he was one winger who used to track back and help out Aaron Wan-Bissaka when he used to play on the right so
Yeah,
क्वालिटी उतनी नहीं थी बट हार्ड वर्किंग प्लेयर था एंड दिस समथिंग वेरी गुड अबाउट डैनियल जेम्स बहुत अच्छा प्लेयर था इन टर्म्स ऑफ हिज वर्क रेट एंड एवरीथिंग बट हाँ यार मैं अभी जाने से पहले मैनेजिंग बारसा का ट्विटर पे चेक कर रहा हूँ कभी कभी बहुत ही वाहियात रूमर लिखते हैं अभी बोल रहे हैं
Hmm.
कि बारसा वांट टू साइन 3 प्लेयर्स अ राइट बैक अ लेफ्ट बैक एंड स्ट्राइकर
That's true.
यार कैसे
That's
साइन
true,
करेंगे
but
2 दिन में
अरे
वो
दो
दो
उतना
दिन में
चार
पैसा
भाई
दिन नहीं
कहाँ से
लगेगा
आ रहा है
2 दिन
बादशाह
में तो
के
नहीं
पास?
है नहीं बोल रहा but the
नेक्स्ट में
rumors are absolutely spot on but signing is like if you think realistically I don't think so. रियलिस्टिकली तो
अरे भाई
नहीं है।
एक तो मैं बोलना ही भूल गया, एक अरे मुझे पहले डिस्कस करना था। Barcelona and United are looking to swap players. Sergio Dest and Aaron Van Bissaka. भाई ये और जेराल्ड रोमेरो था, ये और कोई नहीं, जेराल्ड रोमेरो था,
हम्म।
बादशाह का
हम्म।
अपना आदमी बोल रहा था।
मैं थोड़ा थोड़ा
Sergio Dest
क्रेडिबल तो लगता है
तो
उसका। इस सम ऑफ द
Sergio Dest is a
एब्सोल्युटली।
winger or midfielder,
या
right? He's not a
नहीं नहीं,
defender.
फुल
Right
राइट
बैक
back,
बैक है
है?
भाई।
फुल बैक है
फुल बैक
बट
है,
ही प्लेज एज अटैकिंग मिडफील्डर
अमेरिकन।
आल्सो।
हम्म,
ही प्लेज एन अटैकिंग मिडफील्डर आल्सो।
हाँ।
Ah, if he is American, then it makes sense for United, because आजकल, there's a trend among Premier League clubs to sign a uh, sign a US player, US based player just for the shirt sale. Uh,
हम्म।
तो ये वो उस हिसाब से है, and
ओके।
but the other point is कि Ten Hag का connection भी है. He has played under Ten Hag, more importantly,
या
right?
दैट्स ट्रू।
So
दैट्स ट्रू।
if that helps him flourish here, why not? I mean, Van Bissaka से तो better ही होगा. Van Bissaka is struggling attacking wise, so who knows? Declan Rice is untouchable, obviously. Yeah, I don't think anyone is
अनटचेबल
signing.
इन टर्म्स ऑफ ट्रांसफर और एज अ प्लेयर भी डेक्लन राइस बहुत ही बढ़िया
हाँ,
प्लेयर है, बहुत ही जबरदस्त प्लेयर है। आई मीन I like him the way he plays. Can play. He's a number six player है, defensive midfielder है. Can play as an eight box to box player. Can play the center back and be equally effective. तो ये उसका बहुत ही huge plus point है. But West Ham literally are looking to rob money out of the team that they want to buy him. I think Chelsea and United
150
are
मिलियन।
दो टीम है. Chelsea United दो टीम है who want Declan Rice. So नॉट ये दिस ईयर, नेक्स्ट ईयर दो दो तो प्लेयर्स ट्रांसफर विंडो डोमिनेट करेंगे, डेक्लन राइस और जूड बेलिंगम। ये दो
यप।
प्लेयर्स डोमिनेट करने वाले हैं, डेक्लन राइस टू चेल्सी एंड बेलिंगम टू रियल मैड्रिड। तो ये बहुत ही तोड़फोड़ विंडो नेक्स्ट होने वाला है, समर विंडो नॉट जनवरी 1, समर विंडो ये बहुत तोड़फोड़ होने वाला है और ये दोनों प्लेयर्स के
बेलिंगम तो
अराउंड
मेरे
ही
को नहीं
रिवॉल्व होने
लगता
वाला है।
है। आई डोंट थिंक व्हाई आई एम सेइंग ही वोंट गो टू रियल मैड्रिड बिकॉज़ एक तो इंग्लिश प्लेयर्स कैन नॉट स्पीक स्पेनिश वेरी वेल। सेकंडली द कल्चर ऑफ मैड्रिड एंड द सिटी, मतलब सिटी इज ब्यूटीफुल वैसे तो, एंड बट आई डोंट थिंक एनी इंग्लिश प्लेयर विल बी सर्वाइविंग अनलेस इफ इट इज लाइक
but
गैरेथ बेल या फिर स्टीव मैकमैनामन
uh,
जैसा कोई प्लेयर टिक पाए तो।
so again, do you think वहाँ जाके he has a good chance of becoming a golfer?
वो तो उधर इफ इज अ फैन ऑफ गैरेथ बेल तो फिर व्हाई नॉट।
बट आई थिंक But I think Bellingham, if Bellingham goes to Madrid, he will turn out to be a good player. Madrid का जो पॉलिसी रहा है पिछले कुछ सालों से, फाइंडिंग यंग प्लेयर्स एंड
Yeah.
गेटिंग गुड आउट ऑफ देम, एंड बेलिंगम इज अ टॉप टैलेंट। एंड देखो और एक चीज है, एक ही इंग्लिश क्लब लिंक्ड है बेलिंगम से, दैट्स लिवरपूल। प्रॉब्लम ये है कि डॉर्टमंड भाई 50-60 मिलियन मांगने वाला नहीं है, डॉर्टमंड 80-90 के नीचे मांगने वाला नहीं है। वो
ये
लोग
अभी तो उसका
एट्टी
100
नाइन्टी
मिलियन
मिलियन तो
मांग रहे
कम
थे।
से कम।
अभी 100
हाँ अभी
मिलियन
मांग
मांग
रहे
रहे
थे ना,
थे लिवरपूल से।
नेक्स्ट ईयर 80 मिलियन मांगेंगे, बोलेंगे 80 मिलियन चाहिए।
हाँ अच्छा।
लिवरपूल
हाँ
भाई 80 मिलियन नहीं
75
देने वाला
मिलियन
है।
देगा।
हाँ,
दे देगा।
लिवरपूल नहीं देने वाला उतने पैसे, नहीं देगा
85
भाई,
तो दे
मुझे
दिया ना
लगता नहीं।
नुनियस के लिए, नुनियस के लिए तो दे दिया 85।
भाई एक बात बोलू, कोई भी प्लेयर को सामने जब बारसा रियल का ऑफर आता ना, पता नहीं वो पगला
हम्म।
जाते हैं। उनको दुनिया में और कुछ दिखता नहीं है वो लोग, ये मैंने
हाँ,
नोटिस किया है, ये वो लोग को और कुछ दिखता
देखो
ही नहीं
इंग्लिश
है।
प्लेयर्स का
बारसा रियल।
एक और फ्लॉ है ना इंग्लिश प्लेयर्स का, बिकॉज दे प्रिफर प्लेइंग इनसाइड द प्रीमियर लीग बिकॉज दे आर एज गुड एज, मतलब पता है कैसा है इटालियन प्लेयर्स का, दे हैव दिस व्हाट यू कॉल, हाउ शुड आई से, लाइक होम सिकनेस होता है ना, दे प्रिफर द होम सिकनेस इंस्टेड ऑफ गोइंग टू अनदर लीग।
not
दे
आई
homesickness,
डोंट
like
थिंक,
homeliness.
हो सकता है, हाँ हाँ
होमलीनेस है।
करेक्ट।
बिकॉज
बट यार
इसका
मुझे
देखो ना,
लगता है,
माइकल माइकल
हाँ,
माइकल ओवन कुडंट सर्वाइव इन द ला लीगा।
हाँ.
अरे बट माइकल ओवन के टाइम पे क्या
But
था मालूम
Michael
है?
Owen could not even
राहुल
survive in the Premier League.
और राहुल, रोनाल्डो,
नहीं बट
मोरिएंटस, तीन
एटलीस्ट
स्ट्राइकर अहेड ऑफ हिम थे।
he scored 150
हाँ,
150 160 goals for Liverpool.
हाँ,
He could
but
नहीं
not
then
बट
have
once he
done.
left
जब
Liverpool,
माइकल ओवन वहां पे
after
गया
that he didn't
तब,
survive anywhere.
हाँ, क्योंकि वो
हाँ,
माइकल ओवन वहां पे
but
गया, दे
could
ऑलरेडी हैड
not to score
रोनाल्डो,
the.
राहुल एंड
He's the
मोरिएंटस।
only English player to win the what do you call, the Ballon d'Or.
Yeah. But then after he left Liverpool, he has been a flop everywhere. Even, I mean,
Yeah,
the only memorable
उनको उसका
goal
इंजरी हो गया ना।
after he left Liverpool, हाँ
हम्म।
जो भी, but उसके बाद the only memorable goal he scored was against Man City.
मैन सिटी।
or United in the derby.
अरे
That's
उसका
it.
इंजरी इश्यूज था, इंजरी इश्यूज
Yeah.
बहुत था,
Injury issues, हाँ.
टू मच।
And
अच्छा प्लेयर था,
Real Madrid,
अच्छा फिनिशर
Real
था।
हाँ,
Madrid, 10 times they
I remember
tried
when
to sign Steven Gerrard 10 times. Real Madrid.
I know, I know
Were they
Chelsea
successful?
almost signed him.
They tried signing scores. Were they successful? That is the question, no?
हाँ,
Now I'm not speaking about the loyalty, but the amount of
हाँ,
times they've
बट
asked
तभी
any English
तभी
player,
टाइम अलग था भाई।
yeah,
हाँ,
हाँ, टाइम अलग था. And you know
गैरेथ
Michael Owen,
गैरेथ बेल का तो कोई ऑप्शन ही नहीं था.
हाँ,
गैरेथ बेल was
नहीं
गैरेथ
माइकल
बेल को कोई
ओवन ने
खरीदना ही नहीं चाहता था.
न्यूकासल ज्वाइन किया.
Hmm.
He was given like one of the highest wages, and people were like
Yep.
looking forward to it. कि भाई Shearer and Owen will be together.
Hmm.
And then it flopped. Like now, right now they
Obviously.
have had a rift of late. Shearer and
Hmm.
Owen. कि भाई उसको भी इतना वेज मिल रहा था, but what has he scored? So that's there.
Hmm.
The only thing, Michael Owen right now, I don't know if you guys are aware of it, but he is a meme in the footballing community
Yeah,
for
yeah, वो
many
तो सबको पता है.
because of his commentary.
Yeah,
He's
yeah.
like the Kapil Dev of England. He
Hmm.
literally is like Kapil Dev. मतलब, he speaks
Yeah,
obvious things. You
yeah,
know,
that's true.
like I don't I cannot call one of the memes right away, but it was like he just says things which are obvious. Okay,
Hmm.
yeah, United weren't specifically bad today, but they also weren't that good. It's like that.
Hmm.
वो ऐसे achievement मारता है. So
Yeah.
yeah,
But
he's a meme.
but वही मैं बोल रहा हूँ ना,
अपडेट,
like asking. Yeah. हाँ बोलो ना.
there's an update here. Manchester United have received approaches from for Aaron Van Bissaka from Crystal Palace and West Ham. Both rebuffed as Manchester United don't plan to sell or loan 24-year. Want two right backs. So if if he went, a replacement would be needed and looking too late for that. So West Ham and
Hmm.
Crystal Palace want Van Bissaka, but United
जैसा
will only
है
let him
वैसा ही
go if they
जाएगा.
have a replacement.
जैसा है वैसे ही जाएगा.
आई थिंक
Zaha
रिप्लेसमेंट
का भी
चाहिए
वही हुआ था
तो
ना.
ही शायद जाए।
यूनाइटेड ने Zaha
जा
को
का
भी
भी
यही
वही हुआ
किया
था,
था. हाँ,
यही क्या था
Hmm.
and
सेम।
see Zaha is now pretty good at Palace. So wait, anyway, ठीक
Hmm.
है. I think that's it for now. I think we are
दैट्स
done
इट
with all the.
गाइस।
Yes.
Huh? That's it. Thank you,
थैंक यू
Sabir,
वेरी
for
मच
coming
गाइस।
in.
Thank you guys,
Yeah.
Agrim and Prashant, for joining the show. It was fantastic speaking to the
Pleasure.
two of you and having this interaction. Speaking about football is, excites us, and we love this game. And 2 days to go in
Hmm.
the window. Of course, guys, stay tuned. We'll be doing the transfer show on the deadline day, show on Agrim's channel. If you have not
Yes.
subscribed to the channel, please subscribe to the channel. And of course, after that, we'll be doing the live watch along between लेस्टर यूनाइटेड। तो लेट
Yep.
नाइट गेम है, किक ऑफ है, मजा आएगा देखने के लिए। तो स्टे ट्यून एंड लॉट्स ऑफ शोज टू कम, लॉट्स ऑफ कंटेंट इन अपकमिंग डेज। तो देखते हैं, कोई
Yep.
अच्छा डील हुआ तो हम लाइव भी वापस जाएंगे आज और थर्सडे के बीच में। बट यस, थैंक
Yep.
यू वेरी मच guys for all your support. Make sure to smash the like on the video. If you haven't subscribed, bottom right corner hand corner जो बटन है, सब्सक्राइब कर दीजिए। We'll see you in on Thursday. Bye for now. Take care.
Bye,
All right.
guys.
Thank you. Good night.
Good night.